Hi, I'm Lenny Schmitz. I'm the manager of the Bloomington Ice Garden, and with me is Krista. She is our facilities manager for the city of Bloomington, and we're going to take a tour of the Bloomington Ice Garden. First sheet was opened in 1970, second sheet was built and opened in 1974, and the third sheet was built and opened in 1993. Bloomington Ice Garden is an essential part of our community. It's a gathering space for so many. We've got 3 high school hockey teams, a youth hockey association, a figure skating club, but we also get utilized by the public in so many other ways, for meetings, for birthday parties, for fitness classes, a variety of other things. We estimate somewhere between 500,000, 750,000 people come through the Bloomington Ice Garden annually. Here we are in what we call the West Concourse, or the main corridor of the Bloomington Ice Garden. One of the challenges that we faced inside the building as the Bloomington Ice Garden was built, it was the original one sheet with 2 additions, and traffic flow is a challenge in that we've got doorways where buildings ended and started. So the busiest spaces in the building are confined with doorway restrictions. You end up having people leaving one rink while other people are trying to get to another rink, making it difficult for people to pass through, creating a high traffic volume in some of the smallest areas in the entire building.
You can see here on Rink 2, this is the only ADA compliant viewing area. You can see it's kind of shoehorned in. It also affects the flow around the rink, and it's not ideal. There's only room for a couple of people. There's not room for anybody to be with you. You can't be part of the fan experience.
So underneath the ice that makes the ice rink is a concrete floor. And on Rink 2 specifically, we've got some glycol leaks. So glycol is a secondary refrigerant that actually cools the slab, and now we're getting leaking in those pipes that's coming up through the concrete slab and into the ice, which over time will prevent the ice from actually forming. Rink 1, we have similar issues in that the floor is sagging, so we're carrying somewhere around 3 to 4 inches of ice in spots when it should really be about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches at most, which ultimately means that the ice is creating an insulator and taking more energy and providing for not as good of a user experience.
So in addition to the problem of the glycol leaking into the rink surface, most of the cooling systems for the ice in this building are based on an R22 refrigerant. R22 is not environmentally friendly and is actually being phased out across the country. So very shortly, if we're not already there, we will be unable to purchase more R22. So these cooling plants to make the ice will have to be upgraded. In addition, the building is just showing its age. The city's done a great job of maintaining it, but the equipment is old. A good example is the dehumidification unit behind me. In addition to the rust, it is similar to other buildings across the city, and the R22, we cannot get parts. It is too old, so we can't maintain this piece of equipment anymore. We will have to tear it out and replace it.
Here we are in one of the locker rooms on Rink 3. We actually have 12 locker rooms in the Bloomington Ice Garden, 4 on each of the sheets. These are the only locker rooms that haven't been renovated or updated since they were originally built. And one of the challenges with the Rink 3 locker rooms is between each pair of locker rooms is essentially a Jack and Jill bathroom. So you could have one group in one locker room, another group in another locker room, and then they share this common bathroom space, toilet, urinal, sink, and showers, which when all of our user groups were the same, it wasn't that big of a deal, but now you could have a men's group skating on one locker room, and then you could have a youth group or a girls team using the other locker room, and they have to share this common space. So part of the renovation would be to eliminate these shared common spaces and create more inclusive restroom and bathroom facilities for our users. With the aging infrastructure, significant financial investment would make the Bloomington Ice Garden viable well into the future for today's users and the users of tomorrow.